Hear the drums echoing tonight. She hears only whispers of some quiet conversation. She's coming in 12:30 flight. The moonlit wings reflect the stars that guide me towards salvation. I stopped an old man along the way, hoping to find some more forgotten words or ancient melodies. He turned to me as if to say, hurry boy, it's waiting there for you. Gotta take the life to drag me away from you. There's nothing that 100 men or more could ever do. I miss the rains down in Africa. Gotta take some time to do the things we never The wild dogs cry out in the night as they grow restless, longing for some solitary company. I know that I must do what's right, as sure as Kilimanjaro rises like Olympus above the Serengeti. I seek to cure what's deep inside, frightened of this thing that I've become. Gotta take the life to drag me away from you. There's nothing that 100 men or more could ever do. I miss the rains down in Africa.
I am inevitable.
I hear your voice, feels like flying. On my wings, like a little red, down on my knees.
And I Iron Man.
Life is a mystery. Everyone must stand alone. I hear you call my name, and it feels like home.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
When you call my name, it's like a little prayer. I'm down on my knees. I wanna take you there in the midnight hour. I can feel your power, just like a prayer. You know I'll take you there. Inside the angel's house, I have no choice. I hear your voice, feels like flying. On my wings, like a little bird, down on my knees. I wanna take you there in the midnight hour. I can feel your love. Beside the angel's house, I have no choice. I hear your voice, feels like
Hello. How are you guys?
Right yourself, Bill.
Good, 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 good. What's the weather like there?
Jason, would you like to answer that?
Warm but cloudy.
Oh, okay.
Humid.
Yeah,
It's very humid.
Ah,
Yeah, we're in that part of the year now where we have very hot days, and then it's almost every night thunderstorms, heavy rain, and then
oh my
back
God.
to hot days during the day again. Yeah.
Yeah, no fun. Well, that's exciting. I can't wait. I'm coming over there soon, man. I'm excited about it.
Yeah. What's
Like
it?
next
2
week.
weeks?
Yeah, less than 10 days actually.
Yeah, next week.
Next week, Sunday.
Yep.
Yep. So anything new going on over there?
Well, we've got a few shows coming up. I think the intro showed it, but we in Benoni this weekend. I think it's one of the biggest shows that all the guys are now ready. They've been building and prepping, and I think this is the test session before you get here. Next week, we're going to a new province or state, as you guys would call it there. That's Port Elizabeth. So we're looking forward to that. A lot of interest up there. And then the following week, you and RP are here. So
Next week, Sunday.
Yeah. It's going to be fun.
yeah.
So listen, I forgot. I don't know if I told you guys, but I think I did. But I'm broadcasting it on the Base Wars regular page also, and on the YouTube. So hey, tell everybody who you guys are. We can't get a word in edgewise with Jason. He talks too much. So you guys, right?
Okay, I'll start. Hi guys, I'm Poomesh from Base Wars Africa. I'm one of the head judges here. I would say that we're very honored to have brought Base Wars into the country in June, and we would like to thank Bill Temple for giving us this opportunity to grow Base Wars in Africa. And for the last 6 months, we've only been growing, and by the grace of God, we're going to keep growing. Our chat is going to go wild tonight, and you're going to see everything Africa has to offer when you're here next week.
You're right. That chat is gone crazy. That's cool, right?
Yeah. So I'm Sugen. I think everybody knows me. To the guys out in America, I'm also a head judge down in South Africa, and we're going to start obviously rolling out into Greater Africa. So yeah, just gonna reiterate what Poomesh said. We really honored to have the Base Wars franchise in this part of the world. Bill, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity and having faith in us.
Oh man, I appreciate you guys.
We really are growing. We've got a lot of followers. I think you'll see that on the chat. The guys are getting pretty loud. They're also very proud. I think, Bill, we on the phone with you every other day almost when they see something that just not to their liking, but we appreciate it, and it shows us that you guys are keeping an eye on what's going on. So yeah, to my American friends out there, South Africa is going to get loud. So season 2025, I hope you guys are ready because we here to bring the noise.
And Bill and I are going to bear witness to that at one of our biggest events in 2 weeks. And they're going to let you know exactly what kind of game you're up against here in Africa.
It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, Jason's going to introduce himself.
Yeah, so I'm Jason. I'm going to be taking the lead and heading up on the show and shine side of the vehicle aesthetic side, and growing that as big as we can as well.
That's pretty awesome. It's catching on over here as well.
Yeah,
that's amazing. And we also want to thank you for allowing us to assist you with that part of the format.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. No, I didn't have anything to. Yeah, for those that don't know, these guys probably they created it for us. I didn't really do it. They did it, right?
You made it look pretty.
Yeah, we just gave you the words.
Yeah, so Base Wars, obviously looking at the name, a lot of people will think that it's just a car audio competition affiliation. Yes, that's what it is, but it's now being diversified into much more, and that's the introduction of the Showtime part of it, which is our show and shine. That is a massive market for us down here, and I think for you guys as well. And we've noticed from the inception, it's been growing, and Jason's been very instrumental on that part as well. We see a lot more competitors on the Showtime format and classes. So we're looking at growing that. We've got some fantastic vehicles in South Africa. We've got one of the local guys here in Johannesburg that's had his car up in the UK to compete, and he's been placed 2 years in a row. So, we've got it. We just like to see the guys now come and compete internationally. Bill is currently working with his team up there to further enhance the Base Wars website. So, everyone will get international exposure.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you, Bill. A lot of hard work's going into that, and it's starting to take shape.
And at this point, I'd like to say thank you for making our Showtime category worldwide.
Yep. Yeah, isn't that cool? That is very cool. And it's exciting to me to see everybody all together, like on the same top 10s and stuff. That's neat. I never seen that before.
Yeah, it is very cool. And like I always tell you, Bill, South Africa is a very proud nation, and they love seeing themselves on those lists.
Yeah, well, I'm excited. And I want to reiterate, it's kind of awesome that, they catch mistakes. They've caught us several mistakes, and that kind of allows us to fix them before they're a real problem, So we're not too proud to say we messed up. Definitely keep pointing that stuff out. We won't mind. Assure you we don't mind.
Yeah, and I think, Bill, just from my side, just to give you some feedback, I think we've mentioned it already, but I think we are the only organization that really puts the spotlight on the competitors, and you've been doing that for a long, long time. It's really making a massive impact on our industry down here. Those fantastic flyers that you do, the graphics on the result sheets. I mean, the guys can't wait for it. I mean, we can't get those results to you quick enough, because they are messaging us, when are the results coming out? And I don't think anybody really wants to see the numbers.
Yeah.
It's because they know the numbers already. They just want to see they made it to the fly.
It actually becomes a competitive aspect of Base Wars Africa. Did I make it onto the flyer, Poomesh?
Yeah.
What content have you sent?
Well, I tell you what, when I'm there, I'll show you how I like to take pictures, and we get the pictures. So I used to make all those graphics myself, and so I need to do other things. So my son makes them for us now. So I would just put as many people on there as I could, and it would look cluttered, but that's what I like.
Yeah.
My son, he's a little different, it's just artistic, whatever you like. And so he don't put as many people on there as I do. So if you make it onto that graphic, just know that they take the pictures and send them to us, and he just picks and chooses. He doesn't know anybody. He just puts pictures on the graphic, right? So that's kind of how that works. So
the plus on this is that now when I ask for pictures, everybody steps up to the screen.
Right.
I get a lot of content. So
isn't that cool?
that's about
Yeah.
Yes, we've had some guys pretty upset with us, but thank you, Bill. Now everybody's heard it. Bill is the one, and Bill Temple Jr. is the one that chooses the pictures, not us.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
always
And
keep smiling, and you never know, you'll get on there.
That's
I haven't
right.
been in there.
You have.
Well, I was behind the
behind this
Yeah.
one.
yeah. So
Oh yeah, Sugen also gets a bit jelly.
yeah, I also want to be there.
Right. Somebody's got to take the pictures, right? Somebody can't be in the pictures.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So what's been happening in your part of the world with baseball?
Oh man, so we're getting over finals here, which is kind of exciting. Next year we're all going to have a finals together using this technology that we're using right now. But so we're getting over that. We're still shipping out awards. We got sponsors for some awards this time, and they sourced them. They did everything, and so we're just about to ship out first place. Seconds and thirds have shipped, and people are starting to have them. The judges have them now. So the next show you go to, you'll pick them up from the judges. That's kind of the way we do it over here. The first place ones, they'll be starting to go out in like this day or two, if they've not already started going out. So just feedback for everybody. But that's what we've been doing. We've just been kind of reeling from finals, fixing the mistakes we feel like we made, trying to streamline everything to make us more consistent. And you guys help with that. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
We're working on a website. It's kind of expensive, and it's going to be a slow go. There's a lot that's involved that I won't go into here, but it's going to be a robust website, and it's got some features that you guys. I probably will tell you about it when I'm there on location, right? But it's some new ideas, and we're preparing for something in the future, and so it's going to take a while, So we use a spreadsheet right now, and so that's what you guys see on the website that I made. I'm not a web coder, and I made our website, so forgive it. But the data that you're looking at is simply on a spreadsheet. So,
well, it works. So
yeah, it's getting us by. It's getting us by.
Yeah. So yeah.
I think it's kind of.
So Clay looks like Clay has gotten his already.
Well
for
done.
his. We got RP with us too, right? He's laughing at us.
Hi, RP.
Right.
How's it, RP? You're almost here. Just a few more days.
Right.
A few more sleeps.
What do so far they've been very excited about it. I'd say they're watching you guys. They're watching those scores, and I think they're a little nervous, about the scores, but that's just competition, and that's fun, And some people are a little nervous about it, and some people say, bring it on. They can't wait for the competition. So it's
so just some information. Rashika Singh is actually the leader in Stealth and Boss.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's currently the loudest lady on the base was Africa, and on the global list at the moment. So well done,
cool?
Rashi.
Yeah.
Woman empowerment right there.
Right. That's exciting.
Yeah, I was a bit upset because we had our first show and we put our personal vehicle in, and I think in 3 classes I was number 1, and then you guys had the show this weekend, or the few shows this weekend, and now I'm sitting 5th, 6th, and I think I got kicked out of the top 10 somewhere.
Right.
But it was fun while it lasted, maybe a week, but it was good enough.
Yeah, I held our old top 10s up there really to give recognition, for a month or so, but I really held those others up there for that month because we would have just had nothing on our top 10s if I'd have switched it over immediately that day, So I figured let people at least look at a little something as opposed to look at a bunch of blank pages. But when I swapped it, and some of the classes are still not full,
Yeah, no, we'll get there. So I think this weekend.
Next weekend.
Yeah, next weekend we're out of town, so it's a brand new province or state for us. You call it a state. We've been speaking to the guys for a little while now. They haven't had an international organization down there for a very long time. So we've had the guys helping us there, Stefan and Tian, our ears and eyes on the ground there. And they really come to the party. I know we normally don't do pre-registration, but we just wanted to get a feel for what the environment holds. And the feedback has been very, very promising. So we fly out early Saturday next week. We land Sunday morning.
We land 45 minutes before RP.
Yeah, so we get there just before RP, and then
we'll be waiting with a welcome sign that says RP Patel.
Yeah, we're gonna set up our whole rig in the entrance foyer of the airport base so you come with us.
That's cool.
I'm kidding, RP. I know you don't like being on the spotlight. I'm kidding. Bill, I'd like you to read what Justin Holmes has put up in the...
Oh, isn't that awesome? I did read that.
Yes.
Yeah, that is awesome. Pretty amazing.
So what does he say?
He said discovering Base Wars was the best thing that happened to him. The assistance from the Base Wars team, the different classes given to him, he's discovered a new passion for the sound game. And he has accepted a deathmatch challenge for the 1st of December, which you're going to do.
Right.
Well done, Justin. Thank you for the kind words.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Justin's actually a newcomer to our format and, we can say, and to the sound lanes.
Yeah. So, Bill, just to let you know how we do things down here. So we've got a few fitment centers, also members, Base Wars members, that are always at the shows. So, as much as we are a proud nation and very proud in the competing lanes, you will find that if the guys see somebody struggling in a class, and obviously because he's playing the wrong frequency, or he hasn't opened the door to extend the bandwidth, or his seats are not in the right position, even if the guys are competing in the same class, they will help that person to get better, even if it is at the risk of taking their own number out. So for that, we applaud our guys, the guys from
that's
Future
pretty
Order,
awesome.
Bradley,
that is cool.
Nevlin from Exhibit, Sayurin, us guys as well. And there's a whole lot of them. If I have to mention them, we're going to have a 5-hour.
Yeah, they know who they are. We constantly, give them thanks on our WhatsApp group. And it's just amazing to see the amount of sportsmanship amongst our community of car audio enthusiasts.
Yeah, and we are seeing that the industry is starting to grow again. I think we had at one event 8 brand new competitors who have never ever entered a sound competition in their lives. And we've seen them, and we've seen them come back, and we've seen them come back again. And every time they came back with the help of the guys on the floor at the event, they're getting louder. So big ups to our supporters. We really, really appreciate you guys. So
I'm not really sure. I'm sorry. I'm not sure why it is, but we do get a lot of people's loudest with us. I know some of the other orgs have globes or this or that, and that might prevent them from getting as loud, but we don't use a globe. You can if you want to, but we don't use it. I don't know if that's why we get louder, but most people get their loudest score with us. It's kind of crazy.
Yep, we've seen it. So we were accustomed to using a jig. Our guys have obviously now studied we are like month 5 going on to
Yes.
month 6 now of base wars in South Africa. And the guys have figured it out. So you see some guys will use the jig because the sensor needs to be in a specific position, which they cannot get to without having the jig. A lot of the guys don't want the jig, and we've seen the improvement without the jig. You know, there is quite a marginal difference in the reading. So I think we're getting there. There are improvements at every show. We've got a lot of vehicles that are being built specifically for base wars. So we were traditionally accustomed in this part of the world to what we'll call the windshield numbers, and the sealed applications. And we've introduced the open door and the placement of the meter anywhere. And the guys are really experimenting with that. And we've seen some real weird meter placements or sensor placements, but it's loud. So I think we're going to get louder. We're looking forward to it. But there's a lot of hype around you guys coming down. And I think there were a lot of questions, and I'm not afraid to say it. I'm also learning about team wars. I know it's daily. So I think if we could start there, just to tell us what the concept is, how it works, and how the handicaps work. So I kind of gave the guys an idea from what you and I had discussions. We had multiple discussions around it. But yeah, guys, please feel free to ask questions so that we all understand it and we make the best of it. So Bill, I'm going to hand this over to you.
Yeah. Okay. So I would have to give you a little bit of an apology on the team wars because I intentionally misled some people. I didn't want my idea to be stolen, right? So we did some team wars, and I did it a little bit of a different way, knowing that the way I'm going to tell you guys today is the way I was going to plan to do it, right? But so team wars, the way it works is you got 2 teams of 5, let's say, okay, or 2 teams of 8. Let's call it 8 people, okay, on a team. 5 people compete at a given team match, okay? 5 on a team and against 5 on another team. So you have 3 spares. So if somebody can't show up that day, you know, you can still do business. So the way it works is it's just like a football match. You flip a coin. The first whoever wins the coin toss, they choose to put up a competitor. Say, I'm going to put up John. And then if they do, then the other team will choose who they want to put up against him. Or if they won that coin toss, they can say, no, I'm not going to put up. You put up first. But whoever puts up first, the other person gets to choose who they put to go against them. So what you guys may have seen if you looked at the rule book, you know, prior to me taking it out of it, is, you know, like a trunk car would have a 20 dB spot over, say, an extreme van. A trunk car would have a 5 dB spot over a no wall SUV or something like that. So that means if you got a no wall SUV up against the trunk, then the trunk guy got 5 dBs added to his score. So when they compete against one another, a 30-second average, he had to cover 5 dB. So it kind of leveled the playing field. So you just didn't know who's going to win, right? And that's how we did the team wars. And then, so you realize that's one competitor against another. Well, so there'd be 5 matches. And so what we did was we says, okay, we added all the scores up all the way down, right, with the handicaps. And we would have a winner at the end, right? And then this was done in a bracketed format. So if you won, you go to the next round. If you lost, you may go to a loser's bracket. If you do a loser's bracket, you know, a lot of different brackets you can use. let me back up. I told you we tallied those scores up and we added all the DBs at the end. That is the actual part that was not ever going to be the way we did it. It's just the way I did it to see if somebody was going to try and steal my idea. So what we really do, and what we will be doing, is whoever wins gets a point, right? 1 point.
Yes.
And then you go through all 5 matches. So, it's a best of 5 kind of thing. And so there will be a clear winner based on points of who wins. Now, if you have not done this, you wouldn't know it probably. But if you think about it, it really makes a difference of who you put against who. It may not be the wisest thing to put your extreme build up against a trunk. If your extreme build is, say, a below average extreme build, but your trunk is an above average trunk, then that might not be a good matchup for that extreme guy. So you got to think about it. And then I will even throw you another curveball, which is the first time I've told anybody this, I think, and this is only because, and this is what's taken so long with the website, honestly, is coding all this. But so as you guys run the lanes, if you run the format that is a 30-second format based in whatever frequency, that will be added to an average score that you have, and you'll be able to see your average scores on your when you log in on our new website. You'll be able to see your average score. So when you pull up in those lanes, it's no longer handicap based on your build. It's handicap based on your scores. So if your score average is, say, a 140, and somebody puts in, somebody up against you that is an average of, say, 150, well, they have to still cover that DB, but it's not based on a type build. It's based on your actual performance. And coding that's been a challenge.
I can imagine.
So there's that, and that's kind of the team thing. It's a lot of fun, and the reason it's a lot of fun is they're all head to head. So and so it's not just when you're in the lanes, it's not just you. You got a whole team wanting you to win, and most of the time people are hanging around the meter. Everybody's hooting and hollering. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So, Bill, I think the misconception, and probably I had it as well. So let's say we've got a trunk vehicle, we've got a no-wall vehicle, we've got a wall vehicle, and we've got an extreme vehicle. Let's just use those 4.
Yeah.
So you don't have to have like for like. So the one team doesn't have to necessarily put up a trunk versus a trunk, a no-wall versus a no-wall kind of thing.
Anything goes.
Correct.
Yeah. So the handicap it's specific only to trunk vehicles.
No. So if an extreme build goes up against a wall build, I think that's a 10 dB spot. I can't remember exactly what I put there.
Okay.
Yeah, if a no wall goes against a wall, I think that's a 5 dB spot. Yeah, no, there on, and I'm not having it in front of me, but that rule book showed the handicaps what they were for, so to speak.
All right. No, that's good.
So I'll say this too. As we get this kicked off, if you don't have established scores, if you don't have a good number to or a good count of scores to make an average, then we'll use those handicaps that was listed. So if you're a trunk build and you only got 2 scores, then, or let me say that's a bad example. If you're a no-wall build and you only got 2 scores, then we'll just give you that normal handicap. We won't use your average until you get a certain number of scores. And I will even go ahead and tell you guys that I'm smart enough to know that you're probably going to lay down and try and keep your handicap down. So I'm just going to say this. I will use a certain number of your highest scores. So what that means is I'm just going to give you an example. And this is not the numbers I'm going to use because I don't want you to know the numbers I'm going to use. I don't want to enable you to know how I'm doing it so you would know how to cheat. But let's just use, say for an example, that you had 10 scores and you had 5 really good scores or 6 or 7 really good scores, and you bombed on 3 because you wanted to get your average down. Well, I might only look at your top 5 scores of your last 10. I might only look at your top 15 of your last 30, right? And so if you wanted to lay down sandbags, so to speak, you would have to do it for like a year for it to take effect, you know?
Yeah, that's very smart. So yeah. So guys, if you got any questions, Bradley, Jason, I see you on.
Malia had a question. She said, with regards to Team Wars, must the members all be official Base Wars members?
Yes, I would say yes.
Say that again.
Would the guys that compete as teams, would they all have to be official Base Wars members?
We'd have to think about that. Right now, we don't have it, and I'll tell you why we don't have it. Because we want to bring everybody in, right? But in order for them to have a handicap, yeah, they would have to be members. Yes. So I don't want to mess up what I have going. So the only way to do this, they would have to be members. Yeah.
And that comes with growth, guys. We want Base Wars to grow. And by people becoming official members, you help us grow and you grow.
Yeah. If I didn't make it members to where I could keep up with the scores, it would not work.
Yes.
Yeah, because you're going to need that data to do your calculation. So, Bill, there's also a bit of an extended part to this story, and I'm not sure if you want to go into that now. But with the whole competition, when Team Wars is properly up and running, with regards to the discussions we had with the weekly or the monthly competitions.
Yeah. So I have not let that cat out of the bag yet. So we probably want to hold on before we go there. But I will tell you this, guys, I have found a way to probably pay you guys out a lot of money doing the team events, but we have to get them up and rolling before I want to lay everything else out. Got to get it up and going. If I don't,
with regards to the frequency cap, is that the frequency dependent on the Team Wars?
No, the Team Wars, well, it depends on, okay, so let me back up a little bit. The Team Wars, let's say you guys are going to run the Team Wars. You guys could choose, if you wanted to run a peak hold, a peak Team Wars, right? If you want to, it's up to you. And if you guys want to, you could choose a 3-person format as opposed to a 5, right? And I do that so that when you guys first start, maybe you can't field, if you got 5 to 8 teams and you won't say 10 teams, 80 or 100 people, if you can't field that many, drop it down to 3 teams to get it going, kind of thing, So and so that is flexible, and so is the format. So it could be a 30-second format, can be a minute format, a 3-minute format, whatever you guys want to do. Just have fun with it. But once we get the other thing that I really not talked about a lot up and going, it will be probably 2 formats, and they will have 2 completely separate datas, money payouts, and 2 totally separate things.
Okay.
Like one could be a peak, one could be an average, that kind of thing.
So are we saying, for example, on the first, we've got 2 teams going up against each other. Can the 2 competitors that are now going to compete choose whether they want to do a demo or whether they want to do SPL, or is it one across the whole
No, thing? Yeah. When you guys, let's call this a tournament, okay? Let's call the whole thing a tournament. And you guys will do a 5-person, 30-second average tournament, right? The format is a 30-second average. And if you might choose to do a peak hold, a peak tournament, So no, but you won't have, all right, these 2 guys did a 30-second average. And now these 2 guys are going to do a peak hold. Nah, it won't be that. It'll be everybody doing the same thing. And also in a given tournament, you can't be on more than 1 team.
Yes.
Yeah. I think the guys understood that. So Indications at the moment, just having general chat with the guys. It looks like we've got 7 or 8 teams lined up for the event. So, yeah, you're going to assist us there. So it's going to be learning for all of us. But I think we're also learning a lot now because it wasn't something that we really discussed in depth because it was still a prototype. But yeah, the guys are really looking forward to it.
Sayuran is asking.
Yeah, I think we've got a question from Sayuran.
From Team Exhibit.
Let me say this too. When we say a team, a lot of you guys have established teams. That's not what we mean. We mean a team of 5 to 8 people. You don't have to put 8. You might not need spares, but if you enter a tournament and one of your guys blows an amp, you might want somebody to put in his place in the next round. So that's why we say you want to have some alternates. But here's the biggest thing. When we say team, we mean a team of 5 to 8 people. It doesn't have to be an established team. I don't know what the team names you guys have over there. People are actually on a team, but it can be, oh, hey, there's a team tournament and let's get 3 or 4 or 5 people together and let's make a team right now. And they can enter too, right? Mm. So when we say team, it is a team of people, but it's not necessarily I don't know how you would say, let's call it a sanctioned team, right? Yeah. So it doesn't have to be a team flex on them or a team all walls or team, whatever.
Yeah.
You can just take the 4 people sitting or 5 people sitting on the sideline. They can get together and enter a tournament kind of thing.
No, that's good.
So, and also, yeah. I see people talking about the 53 hertz cap. Yes. This is why that is. And I don't think people really realize this, but you may. But so there are 2 kinds of people that are competing today, right? There are, I would call them professionals and novice almost, but not really. So there are some people that are hardcore competitors that drive our industry, right? They know, and everybody else knows, that if you're in the industry, if you're in this, the higher the frequency, the easier it is to get loud. So we don't have I'm not sure if it's this way in Africa or not, but over here, we have a lot of people in Tahoes that just build big systems and they want to be loud, but they will never be hardcore competitor loud, right? So, and there's a lot more of them than there are of the people that would know to peak at 60 hertz or whatever, depending on your vehicle. So 70, whatever. So if we didn't make that 53 hertz cap, our top 10s would be owned by a person with an 8 that just knows how to get loud. And we appreciate those people, right? But that would kill it for everybody else. So you don't want to let 10% of people kill it for 90% that's left over. But so we could almost call it, if you're professional, you're not limited. You go into those leased and unleased classes. And if you're a novice, then you'll go into the other classes. And I don't mean novice. There's some competitors there too, right? Yeah. But that is the purpose for the 53 hertz cap. If we didn't have a cap of some kind, then nobody would have even a remote chance at a top 10 in any class we have up against a professional. And so that's the reason for the 53 hertz deal.
Yeah, good stuff.
I think Sayuran asked a question.
Yeah, so Sayuran, there was obviously a misunderstanding on my part and the way we discussed it. So I don't know if you listened to what Bill said. So in a tournament, for example, on the 1st of December, we will have a discussion, and we'll have a discussion with Bill maybe later tonight or tomorrow, so he can guide us, and then we will choose a format. So either it'll be a boxing format or it'll be an SPL format, peak hole or peak average or whatever it is, and then we'll let you know. So there will be no mixture of boxing cars or demo wars and demo SPL and that sort of stuff. So it'll be one. So we will look at our stats and see how many vehicles we have of on the SPL side versus the demo war side, or demo SPL, and then we will decide and let you guys know in advance so you know how to prep your teams.
We have only used 30-second averages over here so far.
Okay.
And it goes by like our classes, our demo classes. So it would, you can define it. It's got to be on music, got to be this. You will dictate the terms of your tournament, and your tournament this weekend. Let's say you might run a different one next weekend.
Yeah, no, for sure. So I think I would agree with you on that one as well. So guys, you can let us know what you think. You got our WhatsApp chat group.
We'll probably do a vote.
Yeah.
I think that would be nice.
I'm excited to tell you guys the rest of it, and I'll do that when I'm down there. I'm almost ready to just kind of start putting it out, but I'm just not quite ready to put it here where somebody could replay it and memorize my ideas and take them before I even get it up and going.
Well, I'll tell you guys, we know the idea, and it's massive.
And you guys are gonna love it.
Yeah.
And I think team wars are gonna be the next big thing for base wars globally and for Africa. Yeah.
Well, I got a question. On your side of the world, which is your most competitive class at base wars?
I think it's probably either assassin or ninja. But I tell you what, I could just tell you almost pretty easily. Let me see how to pull that document back up. Let me pull up an old document and.
Listen, Walker, you're so right. It's assassin for Africa.
There's data. Yeah, let me try that one. Not that one. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's one of those two. Let me go here. Almost there.
Guys, just an FYI, Billy is a stats guy.
Yeah. If you look at that spreadsheet, you'll need a bottle of brandy just by looking at it.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, Bill is a bourbon guy, so please send us some recommendations on some nice brands.
And RP is a beer guy. He did post a picture of what he's looking for. So if anyone can source it for me, please DM me.
If any of our competitors own a bottle store, it'll be even better. I forget what you call it there. Liquor shop.
It looks like our assassin class doubles the number of entries from any other class we have.
Sure. Yeah. So
Bandit is another big one for us. That's also a no wall. There's another class we have, if I can find it. This just goes to show you out of 7,800 runs last year, 700 and some 10% of the runs was assassin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's your most popular and most competed class. Which is your most exciting class?
Well, I think people like the death match the most.
Yeah.
I think people think that's the most exciting because you just never know when you're going to see smoke, fire, or heartbreak. And listen, when you run these team wars, I'm just telling you that I've only run 2 tests, okay, and but man, when you got one guy, okay, he's got more power and he come out louder, but then his battery's not really holding up, and you got a guy that's not as loud, but his battery's a little stronger, and you see those numbers getting close, and you're watching the clock, it gets exciting, man.
Yeah, we had it was about a month ago, eh? Or 224.
Yeah.
So we had a death match, and it was unbelievable. For the 3 minutes, the guys basically started at about 0.2 dB difference from each other, and then they kind of leveled out, and then the one card dropped 0.1 or 0.01, and then about 3 seconds later, the other card dropped by 0.
Oh my God.
It was neck on neck, and that was Andre and Christopher.
Yeah, and
See, that is fun.
Yeah.
That is fun.
They got down all the way to, I think, the last 5 seconds, and then the one guy turned it up, and the other guy went south, and the one guy went up. But yeah, I think that was the most exciting deathmatch we've ever had.
Yeah.
There's another 2 death matches that we must talk about. One being in Johannesburg at the Exhibit Audio Showdown, the mid-range showdown that we had in August. Godzilla, owned by Bradley Walker from Future Audio, and the Green Lantern, owned by Dennis from Exhibit Audio, went up against each other. I kid you not. These 2 competitors let their car play. They were having a sip of their drinks, smoking a cigarette if they needed to. It was just very cool. And that's one of the images that you captured in black and white, one of those videos. And then in Cape Town, in August and a few weeks ago in October, we saw the same 2 competitors go head-to-head, and that was Craig Young and Granger Nevote. And you're going to witness these 2 cars when you reach Cape Town. RP, you're going to witness Bradley Walker and Dennis and all of our Johannesburg death matches. But the ones in Cape Town just made the area move.
Dang.
The atmosphere that we captured is on the videos that you played as the intro. The atmosphere around those cars was like, for me, that was my best death match that I've witnessed.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's really interesting. So I think, guys, we probably spoke a lot. I know you got a lot of questions. So Bill is here to answer. We here to answer. So
I'm gonna go back a little bit, Bill. Suraksha asked Jason. Suraksha Sunarayan. She's asked Jason, can you please tell us more about the Showtime/Show and Shine format, and maybe give us some tips for the competitors worldwide?
Yeah, so much in the same way as how the sound side has grown and seen new competitors, I think that's what we've seen as well on the Showtime side. We've seen a lot of new competitors on that side with cars that they are just proud of, and that's what we are looking for. We pay a lot of attention to detail to our vehicles. We take a lot of pride in them, and that's what we're looking for to start off with, I feel. Your car, we've seen everything from your standard OEM vehicle that's extremely clean and taken care of to your extremely modified vehicles with turbos and nitrous and everything done on it. So that's what we're looking for. We are looking for all these guys that just take pride in their vehicles right now.
Thank you, Jason. And then Migendra Naika would like to know, how did Base Wars come up with the old school tracks?
Interesting, because he's one of our avid old school
so he has a car
Yeah.
that we call Sister Patina. And
So,
each show he just gets louder.
All right. So when I started Base Wars, it didn't really start it to be Base Wars. I just started it just kind of as a competition kind of thing, just for fun and for us, right here in our little local spot. And so I got started with Base Wars, and it had changed. Things had changed. Like used to when we competed, you had to do everything: sound quality, install, and we had to play one of 3 tracks, the same tracks that you guys have to play today. So when I came on the scene with Base Wars after I built my truck and nowhere to go play, because the other orgs just didn't service our area. So I was like, okay, so I'm going to create these other things. I mean, we just did it by power, and so anyway, when I realized that it was going to have to change, I was like, no, I'm going to keep a nod to the way we used to have to do it, and this is what we're going to do. And that's what that class is. That is the way we did it in the 90s. You had to play one of those 3 tracks. It had to be on the windscreen, and that just it, and sealed up. That was the way you had to do it. And so if you want to go back and look at old records and you want to see how you stack compared to those builds, which I can tell you with the equipment, you stack way higher, but it's not even fair. 815s, I didn't even break a 50, right? So you can do that with a 10 now, or an 8. But anyway, so that's how I come up with that class. That is just exactly the way we used to do it back in the day.
Yeah, I agree, Bill, because when I first started competing, I used flash dance. That was what was required.
It's a nostalgic track.
Yeah, it's just a nod to the old school, to when actually competition was created, it was in the late 80s, mid 80s, I guess,
So we have another question from Priyal. He's one of our newest competitors here in Africa. I think he's only attended 2 shows. What are the requirements, restrictions with death matches, and how do they work? Are you allowed to ask what equipment the person is running before you accept the call out?
Well, you can ask. They may not want to tell you.
And that was exactly what I said this morning.
Yeah. So it's ironic that now over here they run it like a class. They don't call out so much. But it was when I made the class, it was made as a call out class. It used to not be 3 minutes. It used to be only a minute.
Yeah. So we kind of down here try and promote it a lot because it is very exciting. And
it is exciting.
Really gets the guys going. We try and put up like for like cars. So we got an idea of all the hardcore deathmatch guys. But as with any format in any class, you get the new guys wanting to come in. And then we had this very same discussion this morning on our WhatsApp chat group. And there was one guy trying to call out another guy. But the question was, what do you have in your vehicle? And I mean, that's his trump card. So, it's entirely up to him to say, yeah, fair enough. I've got 212s, or I've got 212s the same as you, but he's not going to tell you what lithium bank he's got or
what
firepower and that kind of thing. And I think Granger also backed me up on that one. We both had the same kind of outlook on it. Is that I think that's what it is, guys. It's a challenge. And the guy is not going to give you his trump card because we've got 2 weeks to go to the show. If he tells you he's got a 3 kilowatt amplifier, you're going to go put in a 5 kilowatt amplifier and come back for him. So,
right.
It's all the element of surprise.
We kind of saw that with the personal deathmatch that Christopher and I had. Christopher's got a Mark 1 Golf, so it's a very small hatchback compared to ours SUV, but the build came out of the same shop, different pieces of equipment on the woofer side, but very similar build. We're all running old technology batteries, or both of us are running old technology batteries, not lithium. But I've got twice the amplifier power than he does. But we still went head to head. And I mean, believe it or not, his car was up there with mine. It wasn't far off, So I think that's the spirit around that match. Come with what you got and give it your best shot. As Bill said, anything can happen. I mean, you could have the biggest system going up against a guy who's 5 dBs lower than you, but 2 minutes into the death match, you could see smoke and fire and amplifiers going to protect and whatever, or battery power running down, and there's no saying that he's going to last the whole 3 minutes just because his build is about 5 times more expensive than yours. It's all about the efficiency and how you play it. So
a solid build wins that class. A solid build wins that class.
Yeah. And if you have a look, guys, Kiera is number 1 on deathmatch.
So Kiera belongs to Taisha Bill. If you didn't know, Sugen likes to say it's the personal vehicle. He actually put it up as a goalpost for our daughter who's finishing her high school currently.
Yeah.
Got 2 more examinations to finish, and when her results are in, that car's gone because she is proving to her dad that you put out a goalpost and I'm going to achieve it by yards.
Yeah.
She got it.
So the one nice thing about that, Bill, is that the results only get published mid-January. So from now to mid-January, Becca will be competing with me everywhere and anywhere.
We have a question from Ashton Govender, and he would like to know, how does Port Wars work?
Oh, okay. So it is basically what the name actually says. Well, you can tell me if I'm wrong. So basically taking the sensor from the attached to the meter and placing it into the port of the enclosure. So you can hold it in position or you can place it in position. There are a few restrictions, and that is so that the port is not specifically built to taper towards the sensor intake, so it doesn't increase the pressure by being focused on one specific area, which is the actual sensor on the meter.
Yeah. So what he means by that is people over here, they would take a big port and shrink it down through a little pipe and make it end that big around and put that right up against the sensor.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't do that. We recently put another little rule on that is that I didn't know, but some people were capping their port. Well, that just makes it not a port anymore, and then the sensor's inside the enclosure, so that's no longer Port Wars. So now you can't cap your port. And then I was like, okay, and also you can't put a loading wall in front of your port. There were people putting little concave things right outside the port. So we made it now where if nothing can be within 8 inches of the port. Now, let me say this, that these guys are judges for Base Wars. If you have a vehicle and the box is in there, and that's where it always is, and you close a hatch and it's 7 inches, you're good to go, right? We're not saying that, if your box is turned sideways, your car's only so wide, it's fine. But if we think you're doing it on purpose just to make that, then we stop that,
Yeah.
But
So-
normally we've only had that happen a few times. And I think in our Port Wars, we had the loudest score ever recorded on Term Lab, which was a 187.5. We got that. Somebody did that with a port in Collinsville, Virginia.
Sure.
It's on last year or the year before. Yeah. He was weird. He had a wall and the port extended all the way up to the windshield where he had a mount. And it didn't appear to be a trap, but it definitely, the port extended all the way to the windshield. He put it on the center of the windshield, port stretched up there, and it was a removable port. And did a 187.5.
Machiel's probably already designing this box. Yeah.
We'll see.
So we've got one guy that's very, very, very interested in the Port Wars, and I mean he tries all kinds of funny ideas, and they've been very successful thus far. Our loudest port score for last season still goes to Cape Town. We'll be going there for an event, but that was Colin. So yeah, the guys are getting quite innovative, and I think we've got more things to come. Bill, I think we've also restricted Port Wars to 53 hertz as well now.
Say it again.
We've
put a cap.
Limited to 53. Yeah.
So that gives the guys a bit more of a challenge, which is interesting. But I see Andre has already started getting there. So yeah.
Well, I tell you something. Regardless of that 53 hertz cap, honestly, the people that know how to get loud in car stereo competition, they know how to get loud at 52 and 53 hertz also. They're still probably going to win if they want to. It's just, are they interested enough to try and win at a score lower than they know they can do with a higher frequency, you know? So I would think it would take a little luster off of it for them, which would hate that, but same time, let's other people play.
Machiel says he's already scheming and planning.
Right.
So I just spoke about it. Yeah. So, well, if we may, while we're waiting for more questions to come up, I think Poomesh has got a very interesting announcement. So I'm going to hand you over to her. She's going to say everything. I don't want to give anything away. But I just want to say thank you to the Base Wars family, competitors, and friends out there. Partners. I think by what Poomesh is going to tell you now, this happened in a matter of 2 hours. Less than 2 hours before we got onto this live.
Which is why we were a little bit late for you.
So this has happened in under 2 hours before we got onto the live. So between 4 and 6 o'clock this evening, our time, this is what she's come up with.
So guys, apart from getting RP accommodating and giving RP and Bill the time of their lives here in Africa, we also want to give you guys an amazing time, our Base Wars Africa competitors. That's in Johannesburg and Cape Town. Unfortunately, this time, Durban, we couldn't get to you, but we do know we have some competitors traveling to us. And we are blessed enough to have amazing partners that stand by us, that have helped us grow our brand, and we are helping them grow their brand. But ultimately, we want to grow the car audio industry in Africa. So for Johannesburg, we have a list of prizes to give away between November 30th and the 1st of December. And this is in no particular order. And it doesn't mean that the first one is more important than the last one. But I'll start off by saying RD Alternators, that's based in Cape Town, is giving away 3 vouchers with a 15% discount on his products, which is RD Alternators, that is used here in Africa. Team
20% as well.
Team Future Audio is giving away multiple tuning vouchers as a build up to the event on the 30th of November and the 1st of December. So we will be giving away, we have been giving away vouchers at all of our shows. We will continue this weekend. So guys, if you guys need some help and you guys want to get prepped for the 30th of November and the 1st of December for Team Wars, please come to us this weekend and we've got you guys covered. And Future Audio has also come to the party by saying they're going to give away a custom box with a 12-inch sub at the event to an official entrant to get them up with scores. And we've got Neville Naidu from Exhibit Audio that's giving us 10 tuning vouchers as well towards the build-up of the 30th November.
Yeah.
And guys, you know what? Tuning vouchers are not just per se a tuning voucher. It's the amount of time and knowledge that goes into getting your cars competition ready for these events. So thank you to Future Audio and Exhibit Audio for doing this for our guys here in Africa. Exhibit Audio would also like to give away equipment worth 4,000 rands at the Johannesburg event. Vino Naidu from Ananzi Technologies. Let me start off by saying thank you, Vino. Vino has stepped up by letting us know he will be our official sponsor for 2025 for all of our streaming that happens at events and our finals and all of that. So thank you, Ananzi Technologies. Vino has also sponsored a set of Ground Zero splits worth 1,800 rand for the giveaway in Johannesburg. And then we get Bradley Samuels, the ambassador of Team Star Sound, who has offered 2 sets of 15-inch Apocalypse woofers for Durban and for Cape Town. This is valued at 4,000 rands for each set. We've got Motown Audio from Durban that has given us equipment, which is an 8,000 monoblock amplifier from Terminator Audio and a 10,000 watt DVC subwoofer worth 4,000 rand to give away in Johannesburg. Team Street Glow will give away 5K worth of smash and grab tint that will go towards our show and shine and our showtime category, because we are trying to promote show and shine in Africa. We've got Triple S Automotive that's giving away a headlight upgrade package worth 1,500 rands. On the show and shine side of things, okay, sound guys, you guys have got enough now. On the showtime and show and shine side of things, we have our host for the show, the venue that we're hosting the show, Auto Armor Constantia, and their branch in KZN Durban. They're giving away a year ceramic coating for 3,000 rand and 2 paint protection vouchers for 1,500 rand each. And that's apart from giving us the venue with everything that we require for the two-day event. And I must also thank Vernon Varivelu and his wife Sharika Mohanlal and Shailen Mohanlal for their support with Base Wars. We did our first event for Base Wars at their premises, and we're now ending the year with them at their premises. So thank you guys very much. And Bharat Mohanlal, sorry. And we were initially going to do our show at Tiger Wheel and Tire in Alberton. And because of some management procedures going around at the venue, we moved the show to Auto Armor. And Tiger Wheel and Tire is still on board, and they have put together an amazing giveaway of 17-inch Racing Heart mags. Tomorrow I'll be confirming wheels for those mags. 15 gift hampers, 30 vouchers for wheel alignment and balancing, and 30 vouchers for 15% off discounts on tires and products that they have.
That's
in
a lot.
Yeah. So Johannesburg, please come through. Bring your A game. We've got you covered. Our brands have stepped up. Individuals have stepped up. It's about growing the sport, growing the competitors, and my statement and sentiments will always be: together we all grow. And
That's
Cape
right.
Town, we haven't forgotten you, Cape Town. We come to you on the 7th of December, and Mr. Granger, Mr. Deadly Granger, has given me 30% of any of his his battery bank. He does lithium as a professional service, as a business, and he's giving away 5K off of his 500 ampere set. So the winner will be awarded this discount so that you can purchase with a 5K discount. And then RD Alternators comes from Cape Town, and he's given us 3 vouchers as well. I think it's 2 15% vouchers and a 20% voucher. And Bradley Samuels, like I said before, has given us 15-inch Star Sound Apocalypse subwoofers to give away in Cape Town as well. And the venue that we're hosting our Cape Town event is called Soundbeam Audio, based in Ottery in Cape Town. The owner of that shop is Rudwan Kanif, and he has come to the party by doing a 5K giveaway that he will put together for the winner on that day.
So, Bill, the 5K is 5,000 rand, not 5 kilowatts in
Right. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yes, RP, I was saving that as well. RP has shipped us first place goodie bags with awesome gifts that will be in there. It's all personalized gifts. Guys, we couldn't get all of you to the United States, so we're bringing the United States to you. Sugen and
Right.
I
That's
wanted
cool.
you guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sugen and I wanted you guys to know what it felt like when we visited and we were hosted by many, many amazing people. So thank you to all our amazing partners, individuals. Thank you for stepping up the game and giving back so much to our competitors. And we are only getting stronger. So thank you guys.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
I
work.
think it's yeah, there's a lot of guys still interested. So guys, you know what? We heartfelt thanks. I mean, as I said, this was done in under 2 hours.
Yeah, this is not even a final list, guys. We've got 2 weeks to go, and I know that sponsorship list will grow. But just to give you a little synopsis, and I will release a full media briefing with regards to all of the sponsors that came forward to bring Bill and RP here and accommodate and entertain and put together an entire week and a half of programs. Um, each person is just as important as the next. But without them, Bill, RP, Base Wars Africa would not have been able to do it on our own. So
Yeah.
again, thank you to all of them. Their names and each person's profile will be loaded online because you guys deserve that platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's been a massive influx of assistance from brands to individual businesses to individual people, just competitors that said, guys, how can we come on board and help you guys? So,
And that's
yeah,
that,
the guys are really looking forward to meeting you guys. We are. We've only seen your pretty face over WhatsApp and this video
right.
call that we do every now and then. So
And
yeah,
I have filters that make me pretty. So
when I first when we first started chatting, I did some background research and I went into the Base Wars Facebook page and I looked at your pictures and all that stuff. And I said, okay, this is quite a good looking guy. You know, he looks smart. He ran properly. And then the first time we spoke over video call, you didn't have any hair. And I kind of thought maybe, again, you were looking at the wrong guy. But I didn't know you had a peak cap with a wig built into it.
yeah.
So,
I
yeah.
hope you're bringing that to South Africa because it can.
Yeah, I
get
can
really
certainly bring it. So the funny thing about that is that came about is so I'm everything Base Wars. So I do everything, right? I got my son helping now, but other than that, everything is done by me, every little thing. So when I would go to shows, I really need to take pictures, you know, because that's what I put on the graphics, you know, and this and that. And I found myself not being able to put to get the pictures because I'm talking to people, right? So I went in disguise and I could put that hat and those sunglasses on and I could take as many pictures as I want. Nobody talked to me, you know. And but then I messed up and wore it on here one time and everybody figured out, you know.
Yeah.
It was totally funny. I didn't have the hat. I was in Tennessee recently and there was a group of people talking. And when I opened my mouth and said something, this lady says, "Oh my God, I know who you are now." So she was used to me with the hat and she didn't know I didn't have hair.
Yeah, no, I didn't either.
Kind of fun.
So I thought I was definitely looking at the wrong guy.
Yeah.
So, Bill, you going to Cape Town, and RP was supposed to fly out on the 2nd of December, but one of the competitors asked him from Cape Town, Mr. Basir, RP, are you coming to Cape Town? And RP said, absolutely. So, RP, I think you need to postpone your flight to the 8th of December and not the 2nd of December so that you can also meet our Cape Town people and see those loud demo vehicles and go through the death match with us and experience what we experience.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah,
He doesn't
so
need to come back home anyway. Not. He needs 2 weeks. He needs a vacation.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
RP, ask your boss for more time in Africa.
He's the
Right.
boss.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I know you're the boss.
No, the real boss is Mrs. Patel.
Mrs. Patel, yes.
I'll ask for him. Hank, can RP stay extra days?
So just a comment from Rashika, who is the loudest lady on our format at the moment. She obviously is very interested in the Base Wars rings. So I think you've as the head honcho you've got a solution for that with regards to some rings being given, and we give medallions, for example, and somebody else. So maybe you can just fill the guys in on that.
Yeah, I will. So what you guys don't know, I'll tell you what, let me, well, I don't have to do that. So normally I hand make our awards. I like to hand make our awards because everybody's got rings and everybody's got trophies, and I didn't hand make our awards this year. It's the first year I didn't make our awards. So, but the rings, a former judge we had, Pop Tart, he went and he bought 12 of those rings for the people that competed at his location. But then they got posted, and then everybody wanted one. So we ordered about 30 more of them, right? And that's kind of how the rings come about. But I had never wanted to do the rings just because everybody does the rings, and everything about Base Wars is trying to be different than the other orgs. I mean, we already have the other orgs, so we don't need to be just like them. But apparently people want rings, right? So we'll probably do rings. Matter of fact, we're going to do rings next year. I've already got artwork. We're already in the process. They will probably be ordered in 2 weeks. I'll be sitting on them for 10 months. Yeah, I'm not waiting.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's what you'll probably get for first place next year. And I don't know, I was going to talk with you guys, if I fabricate our seconds and thirds, is there somebody over there that could copy it, fabricate it, so it could be the same? Probably so. Tell it. Just give me 2 seconds, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm gonna get one and show you an example.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rashika.
Yeah. So
Thanks
guys,
for adding pressure.
as you guys heard, if you can obviously help us or quote us on the tags down here locally, because it costs a fortune to get shipped from the manufacturing country to the USA. And then we generally go through these things very fast. So Bill has to air freight it down here. It costs a hell of a lot of money. So if there's somebody that can do it locally, please get in contact with Poomesh or myself or Jason, and just let us know.
So we can start doing the groundwork.
Yeah, and we get some quotes out.
Hi, Jimmy.
Is that Mr. Pittman?
Yes, Mr. Pittman.
Yeah.
He's one of our, he loves us.
Yes, I was just going to say thank you for all the good things you say about us while we are asleep.
And thanks for watching. We know America is watching us.
Right. So this is an example of one that I made. Now, I probably wouldn't ever make one this small again, but so it's covered in leather. It's got plexi and engraved. This was done with a CNC, probably use a laser the next time to make it a little finer, but covered, carpet on the back and with LEDs inside of it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
So, we'll probably do something like this for seconds and thirds next year, but the shipping costs would probably, and the time, because we don't know who will win what, so then it's after finals when we ship it. And when we run satellite locations, you kind of have to do it that way. But to ship to you guys, if I use the regular shipping, it takes months. I don't really want people to have to wait that long on their award. But anyway, so we might be on the lookout for somebody that could, fabricate. I mean, I see some of the builds. Somebody over there is fabricating very well. So
yeah. I'm sure we can find somebody. So guys, hit us up if you can assist. Probably Future Audio, one of them, Nevlin Exhibit Audio, they both got CNC access. So, yeah, we could figure something out.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I think Melissa also said hi to us, and she welcomed us, and she loves what we're doing here in Africa. Thank you, Melissa.
Yeah.
You guys and your support means everything to us.
Yeah, you guys are doing good things in Africa. You
Melissa
really are.
is.
Melissa Hall, yeah.
Yes, I sat in your vehicle, Melissa, when I was up there in the States.
I wonder if she remembers that.
outside RP's shop. We were
Yeah.
the only other Indians in the area besides RP. So you can't not know us.
I don't know if that was. I don't know which Melissa. Are you talking about Melissa Hall?
Melissa
And
Hall,
she
not
may have been up there, but she's from Alabama, way down
No.
south.
Okay, then maybe
No.
it's not, but she was a Melissa as well. She drove a white
No, it's
SUV,
not that one.
a loud one.
That
Yeah.
one is Daddies of Bass or something.
Okay, wrong Melissa, but I met a Melissa there as well.
Yeah. Right.
Yep.
Yes, Renan Frederick. Show and Shine is growing, and he's one of our regular Show and Shine competitors.
And he drives a few hours to get to us as well.
Oh.
Oh,
There we go. That was Melinda. Thank you, RP.
Thank you, but at least RP knew I wasn't.
Right.
Yep.
We got Bobby over here. I think Bobby's in the California area, and he has been watching our live stream since our very first one.
Oh, wow.
And
Hello, Bobby.
for those of you that don't know, I think we've been doing these live streams for probably 4 or 5 years now. This is probably episode number 500.
Wow.
So we're hoping to get more regular with this. If our schedules permit, we will try our best to at least do it twice a month.
Yep.
And yeah, we'll start hosting our local teams, our local champions, individuals.
Yeah.
And Jason Ruta will also start hosting with us, co-hosting.
There you
We
go.
want our Show and Shine guys to also have the platform.
Yeah. So, guys, just on that, we just want to encourage you. We are the only organization in Africa currently that holds or hosts international Show and Shine Showtime format. So it's not been done here. It tried with another organization. It lasted for a little while, but now we are full international. So you're competing against the rest of the world just as you would in a sound competition. So on the sound format. So we're pretty excited about it. Bill says it's really taking off in America as well, in the States. So yeah, I think we really can show the rest of the world what we can do down here. I mean, some of these cars, we call them backyard bulls, garage bulls. Amazing work. I think, Bill, you also mentioned in one of the lives, our sound cars are pretty as well. So the guys really do take pride. And I mean, your sound car can double up as a Show and Shine vehicle. The paint work on some of these vehicles cost just as much as the amplifiers, or a few of the amplifiers. Yeah. So it costs a lot of money, and we're offering you the platform to expose it to the rest of the world. So we want to see that, and I think that's my daughter.
She's just reiterating.
Just Taisha, just because you are related to the judges, you cannot enter.
Yeah, no, she's just trying to say, guys, there's 18 categories, so everyone gets a chance at being, awarded in those classes. And guys, again, we must be official members to make that world listing.
Yeah.
In order to be recognized and compete with the world. Yes, there's global listings, but that's just giving you insight as what the world is doing. But in order to be competitive and be that proud nation that we are, register, become an official member. It's all online. It's easy. It's $30. And Uncle Bill here is very efficient. You get your email in less than 24 hours, sometimes a little bit more. But that's the way to go. If you guys want to grow, help us grow.
Yeah. I must say, hats off to you, Bill. The efficiency from one man is unbelievable. I mean, you do
I appreciate that.
website updates, links, you name it, membership numbers. I couldn't believe at first that it was just you. It's always on time. You can send Bill a message at any time. He will respond. It's absolutely amazing the work you do, and we are really honored to be working with somebody like you. So thank you. Keep doing what you're doing. I know we're gonna get better. We are good enough already. And the other thing I want to say is thank you for listening. So, a lot of what's gone into the new rules was a lot of feedback that we gave to Bill. Not everything, but a lot of feedback that we got from our competitors in a short space of time. I think it was 3 or 4 months,
Yes.
where they said, can we improve this? Can we change this? And we spoke to Bill, and I think we are starting to see some of those changes filter through. And our guys, we just got to be aware that we came in at the back end now. We're still brand new on the base horse format. So, Bill is looking at the data. As Poomesh said, he's a very data-driven man. He just doesn't make a decision without checking out everything and whether it is beneficial to the format. So, yeah, thank you,
Yeah,
Bill.
it doesn't mean I'm not listening.
Yeah,
I'll
no,
listen, nod my head, and think about it and study it.
Yeah.
Then,
Yeah, no, we've seen a lot of it come through.
So I'm gonna show you guys something right quick, just for fun, right?
Yeah.
This is your particular area top tens, and let me see if it'll work. Yeah, okay. Here you go. I know it's. Let me see if I can make it a little bigger without it going off the screen. This is just for you guys. We're working on making this available to you guys as well. This is just in your area, right? This is just you guys. We're working on a way to get this to you guys as well. Would you guys be interested in seeing this on a normal basis?
Yeah. So, Bill, I've been a bit sneaky. That massive spreadsheet that you've given us, I went in there, I did the filters, and I kind of send this to the guys every so often.
Cool.
But if you could publish it for us,
That's amazing.
So I have this is a spreadsheet, as I told everybody, and I have asked the guy that designed this thing for us if he can make us another sheet. I'm worried about it being too many tabs. The one we have right now has already got like 20 tabs, of data. So I've asked him to make another one that I could publish that has your guys' stuff on your own page. The problem, for those of you that don't know, this sheet right here, it's interactive. So I can choose, you guys, or I can choose somebody here in America, the different judges. Well, but when I put it on the web, it's not interactive for you guys. So there's no way for me to do it. So I'd have to make individual tabs for each judge. And I've asked him to do that. When he does, then I can code it onto the website. We'll go a top 10 menu item, like let's say, and you can choose your area and see your own top 10s. Cool. But that's the challenge, it being interactive. It can't do it.
I think we've got a question. We as competitors would also like to thank the base. Like to thank us. Yeah. Okay. No problem, Matteo. Yeah. So thanks. We do on a regular basis, and we're not just blowing smoke.
And Rashika Singh asks, can flags be added to each competitor name to differentiate and or identify the country?
Yes, that'll be $50
Not
more.
Currently, but I think that would be a good thing to do on the website. The website, I'm sure that's doable.
That's what she's asking about, the website.
Yeah. We'll definitely do that.
Rashika, that's 2 for you today. 2 wins.
Right.
Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, guys, I think we don't want to keep Bill too much longer. He's also a very busy man and has got.
And he has another live later.
Yeah, and he's got another live later.
Is it Thursday already? Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, that's right.
So, if you guys want to wrap up on some questions, Bradley Walker, you very quiet boy. Bradley turned 36 yesterday, so happy birthday.
Yes, that was the cool video that I made.
Yeah.
And we call him the PRO of Base Wars because he stood by us, with us, and through everything.
Yeah, that's
So,
pretty awesome. And
Happy birthday, Bradley Walker,
birthday.
in Sugen's voice.
Yes, happy birthday. Yeah, so
And happy birthday, Vino Naidu, as well.
yes.
And Dean Dylan Naidu, because sorry, I'm just doing like shout outs here like a real groupie. But without our community of competitors, we would not have this platform.
Yeah, and I think we've become sort of a family. And Poomesh calls Bradley the PRO because he's the big brother. He's
Yes.
watching everything. If there is the slightest negative
He's what you
comment,
call bird's eye. When
Yeah.
you watch Fast and Furious, and there's this thing called the bird's eye that captures everything everywhere,
Yeah.
infrared. That is Bradley Walker.
yeah, he sees things before we even see it. And oh, he's just watching.
Yes,
quietly.
he says he's just watching quiet.
and
Yeah,
he's
but he-
quiet, not loud, huh?
But when you're in Africa, you're gonna see just how loud he is.
Bradley, that sounds
Yeah,
like a
I just
challenge.
take a dig at him. Why not, right?
Yeah, but I think you know Bradley's figure. So yeah, he's pretty good. But Bradley, thank you. Special thank you to you for always having our back. He's fought a lot of battles for us on our behalf without us even knowing. So we appreciate it.
It's
that
safe
is
to say
awesome.
Bradley Walker is the most liked person.
Yeah.
Bradley Walker is the one that's always got the one at the last event. He gave me a kiss on my cheek and his foot is in the air.
Yeah.
That's Bradley.
That's the Bradley Walker pose
Yeah.
when you get an award.
Signature pose.
So
Ah.
RP Bull, you guys better remember that when you guys take pictures with Bradley, that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
A kiss
Yeah.
on your cheek.
It's coming, huh? Yeah, okay.
So yeah, that's that, guys. I don't know if there's anything else.
Yeah, so we're gonna see a power packed weekend. I know it's gonna be great, guys. If you didn't see my posts, we're keeping to times. We open at 11, new entries and reruns close at 5, prize giving by 7 p.m. and we're done.
Yeah. So we generally we've had shows go to 3 a.m. In this part of the world. But as of recent, we noticed that the venues are trying to, keep to a uniform time. So everybody goes home safely and, security measures and all that sort
And
of
it's
stuff.
peace of mind for us as a team as well that
Yeah.
we know our competitors have gone home safely. Peter
Yeah,
Milan.
3 a.m. is crazy. They're finished about 7 here. p.m.
Oh, we had Craig, Young, and Granger in Cape Town doing their death match at the stroke of midnight
Wow.
in a semi-residential area. So yeah,
Oh,
we
wow.
had our group there. And I mean, both these cars are at the 60+ death matching over 3 minutes.
So Peter Milan and Gerard Bukes asked if they can take pictures and get signatures from you guys. Yes, you can. That is definitely a plus. We will have an official time for people to take pictures with our guests. And while they're walking around getting to know people, obviously they do want to look at the builds as well. So we're not going to swamp them totally with cameras and things like that. But we will have a spot dedicated for all the pictures for these people and for you. RP says that 3 a.m. is his kind of show. Well, RP,
Right.
the 30th at that venue could tell you a story because
Yeah.
we've gone at that venue till 3 in the morning.
yeah, we've done it
Wow.
before. So
Yeah,
guys,
I can't even really fathom that.
so we've been speaking to some of our suppliers. They've given us a very good deal. We're getting T-shirts with the Base Wars logo and our major sponsors. And we're going to sell these out at cost just to cover the costs. And I had a think about it on the way home today. Haven't discussed it with Poomesh, but I know she's going to agree with me. We're going to change the color from our normal black T-shirts to white.
Oh, yes.
And we're going to get Bill and RP some pins. and they'll be able to sign your T-shirts for
Oh,
you.
that's funny. Yeah.
Yeah, or you can make a stamp, Bill, if it's easier.
And we'll just stamp and go.
Yeah, so
Right.
we've still got our shirts that RP signed for us, the soundcheck shirts. We just don't want to wear it because we don't want the ink to wear off. We've used it
Yeah.
once.
We'll
But yeah,
probably get the T-shirts pre-signed
yeah,
when you guys get here, so that it doesn't take up too much of time on the day.
yeah. So guys, bear in mind that that will be available as well. Sorry, Bill, we didn't ask you first, but that's the plan. Yeah.
I'm easy going.
All right. Okay, so that's for me. I'll say thank you very much to everybody for joining us. Bill, thank you for putting us into your busy schedule at
Yeah,
such
sure.
short notice. We really appreciate it. Thank you for being you. Thank you for making the effort to come down here. I know you are very busy up there. You got a lot going on, and we can't wait to see you. RP, we can't wait to see you as
I
well.
look forward
And
to it.
and we can't wait for the rest of Africa or South Africa to see you guys. I actually just want to digress a bit. I'm going to send you a Facebook clip. Somebody made a fictitious video of one of the Nelson Mandela. I'm sure you guys know him. The Nelson Mandela Bridge in the center of Johannesburg. They superimposed a lion walking on the bridge. So I wanted to show you that is not South Africa.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But we did tell
Right.
our people there's no
Yeah.
animals walking
Yeah.
around.
So there's nothing of that sort. But yeah, if you looked at that and if you didn't know any better, you probably think that that is reality, but it's not.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you very much from me.
I think Jay can go next, and I'll
Yeah,
end.
thanks. Thank you, especially for the opportunities and the new ventures that we have.
All right.
And
Cool.
from my side, I can't wait to see you guys. I'm counting down the days. I've got a power-packed 2 weeks of shows, 2 weekends of shows. I've been working continuously, and that's why when you text or RP text, I'm awake while Sugen is sleeping.
Right.
My brain is continuously working because I want this to be an unforgettable moment for you guys and for Africa. Jason, RP says you need to get a
I
little
see
bit
that,
pumped
yeah.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jason
we're going
looks
to give
sleepy.
him a little match, RP. So yeah, thank you guys. I can't wait to see you. And Africa, bring your A game because we gotta show Bill and RP a good time. Thank you to all our partners, sponsors, individuals. We really, really applaud you for coming to the party and making it happen for our people in Africa. It is being seen global, and yeah, we salute you. Thank you, Bill. Thank you,
It'll
RP.
be fun. We'll see you
Well,
guys later.
all right.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
man. Ciao.